What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about DYDX. That's right, we're bringing integration into your lives. No, that's a maths nerd joke. I want to take a look at what DYDX can do in the next bull cycle, because I do think this is one that will have some serious gains. Before I get into any of that, though, if you're new to this channel, guys, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos on this channel. In those videos, I was like, guys, these are quality, I'm buying them up. And you can see what the prices of these coins were at recording. You can see the highs that they hit in the next bull cycle. Say you put in just $100 into each of these coins when I release the videos about them, and say you sold them at the highs in the next bull cycle. Now, I sold all these coins in the following bull cycle, so did my friends and followers. If you'd have done that, $100 into each, $2,600 investment would have got you a profit back, a profit of 123 grand. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, as I said, I sold these. They're not what I own. But if you do want to see the cryptos that I own right now, go over to copymycrypto.com and read the site. Every single thing on that site is all public record. I cannot hide from anything. And if when you're reading it, you want to verify everything that you read, you can do. You literally go over to this channel, go through the old videos, you can confirm everything. CopyMyCrypto.com is where I share the coins I'm in with the members. Anytime I'm looking at buying a coin, selling a coin, the members are alerted. So when I'm banking profits, I sell some coins. Members are alerted. That's one of the biggest screw-ups that people make in the crypto spaces, and just not banking profits regularly. So I just show what I'm doing in that regard. Now, if you're watching this video, you obviously know there's gains to be had in crypto. If you are not putting in the hours to the research, the white paper reading, looking at the charts, looking at the trends, then Copy My Crypto could be exactly what you want, because that's all I do. That's how I find the coins I find. That's how I found Phantom when no YouTuber on the planet was speaking about Phantom as a big gainer. Now, I use the same criteria to pick the coins I'm in now that I used when I was picking and identifying these coins. So if you want to make gains in crypto, but you don't want to put in the legwork because you don't have time, because you don't have the energy, or because you simply can't be arsed, Copy My Crypto could be exactly what you need. So go over to the site and read it now. And if you like what you read, maybe I'll see you there. So DYDX. So DYDX, first of all, is part of Three Arrows Capital portfolio, obviously the dead Paradigm portfolio Spartan Group. So DYDX is currently at $2.61, market cap's 400 mil. Price when launched was at $13.80, ran up to highs of $27. Now, worth noting, whales are buying this up. Whales have been buying millions worth of DYDX over the past month. And all through March. Just buying and buying and buying and buying. DYDX is the governance token for the Layer 2 protocol of their DEX. Right? And this is non-custodial DEX. So the aim is to facilitate the operation of Layer 2 and allow traders, liquidity providers and partners to contribute to the definition of the protocol's future as a community. So it is very much community driven. Token holders are granted the rights to propose changes to their Layer 2 and are presented with an opportunity to profit through token staking and trading fee discounts. It's built on StarkX's scalability engine. So there's a layer 2 that's used for trading across margin perpetuals on the platform. Now that's always a good sign, a good idea, because fundamentally perpetuals are where the money is in crypto, where the money's going to be. As you can see, the YDX platform, very, very simple. So you can see that there's forums that you can go to. There's the Discord. You can see the safety pool and the liquidity pool. The safety pool is massive. You can see the reward pool and how they distribute that. So there's like 1.6 million DYDX that's going to be distributed over in 25 days. You can also see the proposals that have been brought forward for the next sort of evolution of DYDX. You can also check out stuff like history, which would be your personal history. And then you can look at trade. So this will take me to the DEX, so the DYDX DEX. And we'll be able to take a look at how easy this is to use, which is goddamn easy. So again, you can see, like, when you connect your wallet, you can see what your portfolio is. Trading is, as I said, as simple as it goddamn gets. Like, it's just straightforward. So whatever you decide that you want, you can see, you know, they've got quite a nice chart system in place that you do have to sort of fidget around to sort of see it a bit more clearly. But they have a really simple order book that's very, very easy to use as well, which is always a big, big plus for me. Like, I like being able to set limit orders on DEXs. That's quite a nice feature. As you can see from rewards, you know, these are the trading rewards data that you would have if you're trading on the exchange. You can see that there are competitions. So these are based upon the equity that you're putting in to the trades. But you can see minimum balance required is going to be 100 DYDX. The minimum equity is 10 grand. That's for the diamond, and then you can go through and you can sort of see. And again, you know, they've got daily competition as well. So it gets to the top of the profit and loss today to win the friggin' hedgehog, like an NFT hedgehog. Now that will appeal to some people. That is not something I would particularly give a toss about, but I do get that some people would be like, yay, an NFT. Then you can go to the governance. So the governance just brings you back to DYDX, the community side. And then they've got an academy, which again, I really like this as a feature. Just throw in an academy where people can start actually sort of learning. And then they do have a few different other features, but that's generally just your token metrics, your documentation, if you want to read through tokenomics, or whether you want to read through, you know, how DYDX was designed and created. DYDX's Academy is actually very, very comprehensive. Like, they've got a fair few videos here, lots of articles as well. So if you're someone that absorbs information with small snapshots, this is actually ideal, because there's lots of little, like, 5-minute, 10-minute videos that you can just run through. And as you can see, there's only 11 right now, but they're going to be adding to this as well. Nice feature. Nice feature. Now, the founders of DYDX are Antonio Giuliano, who is a programmer and CEO of DYDX. He was a software engineer at Coinbase, also graduated at Princeton with a degree in computer science. Also, Zhaozhen Yin? I want to say Zhaozhen Yin, but I'm not sure. Yin is head of operations at DYDX, previously worked in Nimble, which is a social sales and marketing CRM, and Bain & Company, which is a consulting service. Studied at University of Queensland and has a bachelor's degree in commerce, so knows how to push and promote. DYDX combines a ton of different features from both centralized and decentralized platforms. The platform also supports margin trading, which is a nice feature where you can add in your leverage. Leverage is always very high risk, so it's always worth noting that. Their layer 2 utilizes ZK Starks, which allow for higher throughput, faster transactions. And look, you know, this is an interesting one for me. The reason that it's interesting as well is, look, there's a very small supply out right now. But, you know, there's still basically 850 million tokens to be produced. But it's worth noting, look, they have a very, very clear sort of plan in terms of this. So 50% of the supply is going to go to the community, 25% will be used as trading rewards, 7.5% will be set aside for retroactive mining rewards, 7.5% liquidity provider rewards, 5% go to a community treasury, 2.5% will be dedicated to users staking USDC to a liquidity pool, and 2.5% to users staking DYDX in a safety pool. 27.73% will be set aside for past investors, and 15.27% will go to founders, employees, advisors, and consultants, and then 7% is kept for future employees and consultants. So obviously it's worth noting, look, 27.73%, that is 277 million tokens that is set aside for past investors. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how that comes out. And, do the people that got in dump? Now, arguably, they might not, purely off of the basis that, look, the launch price was $13.80, or that's when it went live, I guess, or certainly on CoinMarketCap. Now, obviously, the past investors got in a much better price point than that, but the question would be, what price point? Because right now it's at $2.60. So if they didn't get in a better price point than that, then they might not dump. They might not sell. And that's worth noting, because let's just see if there's any metrics for doesn't look like they're going to give me any. Yeah, doesn't look like we've got anything in terms of the release date for any of this. Doesn't look like that either. That's annoying. Come on, there we go. Okay, daily volume, that's just volume. Revenues, users, TVL, cumulative, that's just accounts created. You've got open interest, that's quite... no, so they've not got they haven't got when the tokens are distributed. And that's worth noting, because look, they could dump on you. They could, I don't know if they will, but they could. So time frame is going to matter. Now, I would have a look around to make sure you know the time frame, because if all of a sudden 277 million are going to be released this year, maybe they are going to dump on you. Don't know. I mean, if they got in below the price point that it is now, they could easily dump. So just bear that in mind. But overall, look, the YDX is utilized quite often. It's a very, very, very heavily traded platform. It actually is. So I do think we could see, if they've got any holders, 40,000 holders right now. That's pretty good. 40,000 holders. And that's on Ethereum, so it is on Solana as well. So we can take a look at Solana, but it was on Solana. I don't know if it is anymore properly. 300, yeah, so basically 40,000 holders, 41,000 roughly. But it is traded, and I actually checked the stats on the site. Get the growing in terms of user base, that's a really good sign. The fact that whales have been accumulating all through March, usually that's a pretty good sign. I'd be looking at this long term to try and come back to about $20. The issue will be is the token. The only reason I'm not saying more, because I do think this could do more, but it truly depends on the circulating supply, like the distribution. Because if all of a sudden, say this year, say there's going to be another 400 million tokens released. Well, then, if this hits $20, that would be a market cap of 13 billion. That's quite high. So it boils down, for me, it boils down to the information about the token release schedule. And I've yet to see any sort of info on that. Oh, maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. How is it not here? Token. Let's put schedule. So we've got can modify the epoch schedule. What's the lockup? If it can issue to investors existing. Okay, there we go. So total. There we go. Finally. Right. Yeah, I mean, this is all exactly the same information that was there. Allocation, initial 5 years. Starting 5 years after launch, maximum perpetual relation. So that's allocation with inflation. So can the allocation change? What is the lockup? Part of the initial allocation was reserved for that. certain parties signed an amendment to, among others, postpone the initial release date applicable to investors to the end of this year, or to December 1st. The amendment mentioned above does not alter the staggered unlock that occurs after the initial unlock date. So, 30% released on December 1st, and then 40% in equal monthly after that. Okay, look, 40% on the first day of each month in equal monthly installments. So, okay, like 3% released a month after that. So 30% is released on that day. So that is worth noting. That's 30% of all of this. So you've got, what is that? 50%. So 30% of the 50%. So 150 million tokens are going to come onto the market in December 1st. So 150 million tokens by the end of the year. So this coin will have at least 300 million tokens out by the end of this year. So I still think $20 is about right. That puts it at $6 billion market cap. But I'm hesitant to say much more because, again, it's still only been through one bull cycle as well. But there's a lot to like here. I could see this breaking its all-time high. I really could. But it just, fundamentally, like, as long as they're growing their user base, which they have been, they should do well. I do like it. I really actually love the fact that they've got the limit orders in place on their DEX. There's still a lot of DEXs out there that don't have limit orders like the centralized exchanges do. So it is a nice feature. Again, the user base has been growing. While there's not a lot of holders of the actual token, there are a lot of people using the DEX. So that's, again, a good sign for me. It probably can do more than $20, but again, I'd be conservative and stay at $20 for now. And let's see what additional features that they start bringing into the platform, because I know they can bring in lending and borrowing and yield farming very well. They'll be able to bring all of that in with ease, and that could kick it on again. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think this can do a lot more? Am I being way too pessimistic about it? Again, remember 300. The circulating supply right now is going to double by the end of the year. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. It helps the channel immensely. And these videos are going to bring you money, so don't miss them. If you subscribe, you won't miss them. And last thing, if you want to see the coins that I own, the cryptos that I've been buying, go over to copymycrypto.com. That's the site where I share with the members anytime I buy or sell any coin. We do a lot on that site, right? Majority of people just join to simply copy along, but we do tons because we release videos every day talking about the markets. We've had pinpoint accuracy on them for months, by the way. We also have a whole tutorial section for people that are brand new to crypto. We also have products that we have on the platform as well. But fundamentally, guys, people join to copy along because there is a public record of success here. And it is all public record. Everything on that site can be verified by you. You can literally go through the videos on this channel and confirm every single thing you've read. And if at the end of that, when you do, you decide it's not for you, obviously don't buy it. There's no obligation to buy. But if you decide it is for you, that would be great. I'll see you there. I've recently added 2 coins to my portfolio. These coins I think can do some serious gains. One of them in particular I think is capable of doing the sort of phantom run. So if you want to learn about that, you've got to go over to the site and check it out. And that's it from me, guys. Hope you're having a lovely day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.